So in Orebound you have the ability to do farming, and we're going to go through how to do it in this video. But the very first thing is you want to make sure you've basically got your king quests board down and you've started doing some of those quests and everything. Make enough progress to where you've got the research station. And then you're going to need, well, to get it set up how I've got it set up, you're going to need, in the farming tab in research, you're going to need to be on stage 2. And then when it comes to the factory and manufacturing, you're going to need to be automation level 3 because you're going to need the water pump. And if we go over to the little farm I've made, then what we are going to do is have a look at all of this. This is my little setup at the moment. I've got 4 fields, essentially fields, and they are all automated. So I don't need to do anything besides come and harvest when they're ready. And in order to get seeds, if we quickly go to my seed chest, you're going to see I've got barley seeds, herbs, hop, mushrooms. I don't have any spare seeds for the berries at the moment. But what you want to do is roam around, and when you find, for an example, a berry bush, you want to harvest it, and you'll see there we managed to get a couple of berry seeds. So I'm going to pop these in there because I don't need them at the moment. And then one at the bottom is for all of my harvested stuff through farming. So when you've done the research, what I recommend is put a water pump down. You're going to need coal for this. But once you've got that down, I've got it going, I've got a water pipe going into a splitter. And then if I can get on top of here, that splitter has one empty nozzle, whatever you want to call it, just for if I ever wanted to expand it or anything like that. Then I've got the 2 here. One goes into a water splitter, one goes into an automated sprinkler. And then over here with the other splitter, it splits off into my other 3 fields. So if we have a look, this one I've set up for berries. This one over here is for herbs. This one's for mushrooms, and this one's for barley. At the moment I don't have enough hop seeds to set one up. And in order to put all of this down, you're going to need to use your build hammer. It's going to be quite expensive in terms of wood. But if we go to the very first thing you're going to want is the water pump. So if you come to machines, go to water and steam. You're just going to use one of these basic ones. There's no point using an automatic one. You really don't need it unless you've got a massive farming operation going on. So stick one of these basic water pumps down. Get yourself the iron plates, iron cogs and wood. You can do the iron plates and the iron cogs at the blacksmith. So if we go behind my research station, you'll see that I've got a blacksmith set up. So iron cogs are there. Then once you've got the water pump, you should also have the water splitter unlocked. And that's going to let you split the pipe into multiple different sources. Then what you're going to need to do is go to the farming and cooking tab. And under farming, you can choose any of the different plots. I've gone with the large farm plots. You want to place an automated sprinkler down first. So you're going to need copper plates, copper pipe work, and iron cogs. Then my recommendation is to put a sprinkler down, then put 8 of these farm plots around it, just so that you can get water to all of them. And if we come along here, it's exactly the same for all 4. So sprinkler in the middle, 8 plots around them. And then once the plots are down, all you need to do is, if we harvest these quickly, what you're going to do is you'll see we've just got a bunch of berries and a load of seeds. So if we go into, if we interact with the plot and we go into the menu, what you need to do, for berries, is select berry plant, put 4 seeds in there, and what that's going to do is once it's grown, it's going to give you 20 berries. You can hover over it and see, oh, this actually gives you 40 berries. So 40 berries and 4 seeds. However, you're not just going to get 4 seeds back, you have to replant and go again. Once you harvest all of these, they start growing again on their own. So you're getting 4 extra seeds each time. And that's why I started off with these 2. So this one and the one next to it. And now this one's got seeds in, so's this one. So around here this doesn't. If we select berry plant, then we select 4 of these seeds. That's going to start growing. Then we come over here, berry, and we get the 4 seeds in place. Then we go berry, and we go, I could have just halved that. There we go, there's 4. and then berry, and the rest of the seeds. So now all 8 of these plots are going to continuously grow berry plants, and that way we're going to get a load of berries, and we're also going to get, like, eventually we'll have far too many seeds. You'll see from that little harvest I did from, I think it was the 4 plots we have down, like we had seeds on at the time, I got 160 berries. So I've gone through and I've planted all of the new seeds we've got. So every one of these plots now has seeds on, so they're all going to grow. And it works the exact same for all of the different seeds if we come in here. So your barley, your herbs, your hop, your mushrooms and your berries. If you just go round and you harvest the random ones in the wild, then you have a chance of getting seeds to drop. And if you want to, when you get further into the farming, you can start using earth shard plots. So they're going to use the same amount of wood, but they're going to use earth shards. And these earth shards can be found pretty much anywhere. You'll see some over here. So if we come up behind my quest board, all you want to do with these is just press E to collect them. And then if we go into like a cave system, you'll see they are absolutely everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'll actually replace my berry farm with earth shards, because I think it expands growth, like increases the speed of growth. Okay, so everything has grown, and if I harvest all of this now, I'm just going to do the berries for the time being. I actually grabbed enough earth shards to do 2 lots of my plots. So I'm going to get out my build hammer. I'm going to destroy all of these, except for that one, because I'm then going to go and do this, just so that I know exactly where to place them. So now I've got 2 fields set up with the earth shards. If we just very quickly go into the menu, it says the integrated earth shard further increases the farming output of this large farm plot. Okay, so it's not going to speed it up or anything, but we're going to get more from it. So if I put the hammer away, we harvest all of this quick. I'm going to see if it is any faster, or if the only thing it does is the output, because these are now growing. So what I'm going to do is get my berry seeds placed back on here. It says, oh, we're now going to get 6 seeds and 60 berries. But let's see if it's any faster. If I place down, I think it might not be any faster. It's just going to give us more. Okay, so it would seem as though it is just the amount. So, I mean, it's still decent. The earth shards don't take long to get your hands on, and it's a 50% better yield from your fields. So, my inventory just has cooked boar meat and some coal. If we go and harvest all of this, my chest with all of the resources is actually full up already. So there is there's a chance I might have to get some sort of like a container or something over here, because you farm very quickly in this game. That's everything harvested, and now, yeah, we have a lot. So we've got 240 barley, we've got 480 berries, and then we've got 160 mushrooms, and we've got 160 herb bushes, and we've got a load of seeds for everything. 32 for the mushrooms and the herbs, and then we've got 48 for the berries and the barley. And yeah, you'll see my like farming material chest. I've got so many berries, barley, herbs, mushrooms already. I've not even been doing this for long. So all the stuff currently in my inventory is going to be sold. It's not going to be a lot of money, but I can still sell it, because I'm not going to need it. So that was 480 there. Then the berries, they're not a lot, but I mean, you're still getting gold at the end of the day. That was a decent amount. Not the most, but still a good amount, because the only thing we have to do to keep this running is just keep this topped up with coal. If that ever runs out of coal, you'll stop getting water. So as long as you keep coal in that pump, you don't need to find water or anything like that. Keep that pump topped up, and they're just going to regrow again and again and again. So that is how to do farming in Orebound, and we are going to leave that video there. I will see you guys in the next one.